Hello to all traders and welcome back to another market review brought to you by Orbex. So we're hitting the middle of the week. We're just having a look at what's moving and what's not. We saw gold at the beginning of the week really getting some firm resistance at the $2,000 level. We looked yesterday at indices in America because the earnings season is really starting to shake up, even though Microsoft and Alphabet, Google's parent company, did come in with some firm numbers. We saw indices fall a little bit dramatically yesterday. Today, we're just looking at some forex pairs. Just want to take you through euro dollar, especially. We'll have a little look on cable as well. And I just want to highlight the fact that euro dollar is really seeing a sharp recovery from the last 18 months, where we saw the last swing high in the middle of 2021. And obviously, this was at the height of the pandemic. But since then, after dropping over 2,000 pips and also through parity, we saw the euro dollar really start climbing back up to, well, the 110 area at the moment. This is where we're seeing a little bit more of a resistance because it's a big psychological level. So if we do break past 110, what is next in store for this currency pair, and will other currency pairs follow that involve the quote currency of the dollar? Well, let's get right into it. Let's look at the euro dollar currency chart now on the daily chart. And as I said, from the last swing high, which was the middle of 2021, we've seen this vast dissension. And then we saw this firm support roughly just under parity before we started climbing back up. Saw a slight correction there before another move to the upside. Now, this 110 handle for me is looking likely as the big psychological buffer between if we get more signals at the 111, 112, 113, etc., rather than having another correction and then start moving lower like we have seen just here, where we just peaked at 110 roughly at the beginning of February or the end of January. So are we looking for another quite choppy price action in the near term? Or are we going to finally break this 110 scenario and start moving higher? Well, the likelihood is we are in for another slight correction, because on the RSI we are seeing a slight bearish divergence here. As you can see, prices are moving lower there and slightly higher here. So this is giving us a vast divergence in the fact that we could be halting prices at the 110 area and then start moving lower. So this is just something we're just keeping an eye out for. And as I said, when we're looking at forex pairs, we're just taking the whole grand scheme of things into play. Indices, gold, silver, metals, oil, all these categories, to make sure that we are not missing out on anything. So if we just take it down to the 4-hour chart as well, again, we're just seeing now, it's a little bit easy to see here because, well, if I just remove the drawings, it'd be even easier to see this divergence really coming into play on the RSI. As you can see, really peaked here and then just slowly sliding down. And also, we are just really heavily dependent on this upswing here. But um, choppy price action creating a firm bullish tendency here. But if we just put the 110 round price on here, roughly about here, as you can see, a couple of false breaks here. It could be, but now we're just going to the upside now and seeing if we're going to have another test at the 110 before another break. So the highest peak that we got to was just under 111, 110, 700. So it's fallen roughly about 70 pips since then. We are now in the vast motion that, are we going to see this continue to the upside and keep on moving higher? It's looking likely that it's in this bullish channel, but how long for? And as I said, are we going to get another test and a confirmation at the 110? This will be quite significant as well. So lots to talk about there and lots to think about actually for the next couple of trading days. Cable as well, I just want to bring your attention to this because it's really moving in tandem with the euro dollar. So again, a vast downturn in 2022 before we found support, moving higher. And just like the euro dollar, we've got this slight correction now before moving a little bit higher to try and get past the recent resistance area of roughly about 125. So this is quite a good psychological zone for cable and for traders. Moving on to the 4-hour, just not taking up too much of your time today, just want to show you that, again, going through this V-shaped recovery, we are now again in this bullish channel. And a little bit like the euro dollar, we are seeing a slight bearish divergence on the RSI as well. So with that being said, if we just highlight the 125 handle one more time, roughly about here, we're just seeing now, a test again before breaking lower. And are we going to have another move to the upside? We'll have to just wait and see. But likelihood is we will test that again before falling lower. Same with the euro dollar, same with a lot of the dollar pairs at the moment, really struggling to get past these psychological areas. But if they do, then we could open up new highs. This is just something we'll keep an eye out for the next few trading days. And obviously, we'll keep you updated on our Telegram channel and YouTube channel to make sure that you're not missing out on anything. So that's it all for today's video. Thank you very much for joining me. And for once more time, we'll speak again next time. Bye for now.